So when you're talking big development sites, the negotiations can look a little bit different to when you're talking smaller infill sites, because selling this property, they may not necessarily be looking at it as we're selling a development site. These guys are. They've had that conversation with them. They know there's that potential. But if people aren't selling their site for that, you don't really want to draw their attention to the fact that, hey, this could be developable, because that might increase what they think they should be getting for the property. So on smaller sites, I tend to use other clauses which basically achieve the same thing, which might be a building and pest clause. But it's important that it's worded appropriately, not just putting the date on the contract saying getting an inspection done by then, because then that falls back to the standard T's and C's of the contract, which are not as flexible. Whereas an appropriately worded clause for building and pest can give you a lot more discretion. So that's one example. Finance is another example, but you're basically looking at clauses and conditions that give you the ability to exit the contract if you need to when you're going through that research period, that due diligence period, because the actual due diligence clauses tend to be accepted less, not that they are not accepted, but they are accepted less in your infill areas. And again, if it's not necessarily obvious that it's being viewed as a development site, you don't want to necessarily bring attention to the fact that it has development potential.